and I have nowhere to stand. I have nowhere to land from this fall, and I have nowhere to stand. I'm drowning on dry land.
So obviously we have to start off with basics. What got you? What was the inspiration for that song?
Nothing really personal for me. Just more of looking at a situation that happened beside me, and also, I guess, kind of seeing the prototypical after a relationship falls, like seeing like how lonely and distant you are. Like, I guess trying to make that as personable as possible with the lyrics. So.
Okay. And you talk about like the situation that was happening beside you. Do you mind like diving into that a little bit, or?
I did see a friend go through a breakup and him distance himself from us as well.
Okay.
And I mean, it was a hard thing to watch.
So it seems like that metaphor that comes into play is like the dry land part is kind of like isolating yourself, like on the little island.
Right. Exactly. Okay. And of course, since ground is a solid, you never think about drowning in it. So it's kind of a thing about also an analogy for depression as well.
Okay.
Going through that.
All right. Nice. So it sounds like you've been through a lot, or you've at least been next to people that have experienced a lot, you know, so like indirect experienced a lot, or maybe you've experienced a lot yourself. I don't really know, but sounds like, I mean, you can hear that in like the song itself, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sounds very powerful. Got a lot of emotion into it. So was that something that you were intentionally like, is that like a prime focus? Or like one of the prime focus? You know, I know there's a bunch of different factors, but
like in writing my music, I'm thinking of making it applicable to just about anybody.
Okay.
So even though you can't listen to this in every mood that you're in, I'm sure somebody has either been through feeling that type of loneliness or seen somebody go through that type of loneliness.
Right. And I noticed the piano, you know, that's something that stayed consistent throughout the entire song. And I also noticed that you said that you played piano since you were like 5 years old.
Yes.
How do you think that plays a factor into your music and like your creative process?
I guess note choice and being able to know when to just do certain things, having a musical background, it's not as hard for me to figure out how to write a song as far as tempo goes, or to pick the notes to start on, pick the notes to finish on, where to switch things up at. It's not hard to do that. I guess also like finding the correct key to jump into, that's not hard when you have music theory.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna, you know, all this sounds like, to me, like one day you're gonna come up here and play keys. Is that gonna happen? Like, is that a future? Or
I could definitely do that. I didn't produce this song, but I could definitely come up here and play keys.
Nice. So you got some jams out there that you play the keys on, or what's up?
Yeah, every once in a while. Some Stevie Wonder. I played some Scott Joplin as well.
Okay, nice.
Ragtime. I used to play classical when I was younger, but then I kind of grew out of that.
Favorite classical composer?
Bach.
Yeah. I listened to him a lot when I studied, well, when I was in school, before I graduated.
Okay. And you graduated with what?
From where?
I graduated from Texas State with an advertising degree.
All right. So then you just geared for the music.
Yeah, and also advertising is another way to be creative. So that was another thing that drove me to actually enjoying that instead of doing like marketing or business, which is what a lot of people do.
Right. So like advertising, you know, when I think of that, the first thing that comes to my mind is promoting. You know, like it can correlate to promoting yourself and throwing yourself out there. So what are some things that you do in order to help yourself be known?
My thing is I do content creation, so I can make different types of videos. I can make different types of bulletins, poster designs. I mostly do graphic design. So just being able to work with my brother to get those pieces of content on onto the right channels.
All right. So it's funny, you know, we have a guest interview sheet and stuff. You get sent it in, whatever, yada, this whole thing. But it's funny because when me and Nomadic were going over this over your sheet, and the first thing we see is just a kid from Killeen, Texas, and you know it's funny because you know we know each other, right? You know, like we went to the same high school and everything. We're from me and Will also, you know, were raised in Killeen. You know? Yeah. So can you just tell me then, because this is something that me and Will would notice, is why in this first line, Killeen, Texas is spelled incorrectly.
Do you know how to spell Killeen? I guess that's the biggest question.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Go. Spell it. Spelling bee.
Killee.
Okay. Because you spelled Killeen. So we were just worried a little bit, you know, like, come on, man, this is the paperwork.
I definitely thought that y'all would get where I was coming
from. All right, I see, but
we were just a little worried at first.
Honestly, honestly, are you really from Killeen? I don't even know. Killeen. What? What you been killing, bro? Say it. I was scared. For us, we can't be up there with this guy, man. Nah. But he's super cool, super chill. You came up here looking like you got your little. This is John Legend.
Got this little trench coat, turtleneck, gold chain. You got the fit. You got the full fit.
Flossing out
with the flex.
I have to play the part of a singer.
It can't be that hard, dude. I mean, you seem good, you know, you're talented.
Thank you.
But we might see. We'll see. Towards the end.
Yeah. So
it's not
you guys stay tuned.
Right
we might
now.
have a little surprise for you guys, you know, on the Prophet series. Stay tuned. It's us here with, you can find him on IG, Joseph Anon-E with 3 I's. Is that correct?
That's spelled JOSEPHANONII. Yes. And then Twitter.
And Twitter at Class King Cole. Nice little play on words there. Class Cole. Yeah. So, 12 a.m. I see also on here that, and he's in here right now, and the people tuning in can't hear him and stuff, but he's right here, you know, just on his phone chilling. Your brother behind you, you know. On here you were talking about he was a good influence into your music career.
Right.
So obviously to me that points out that, you know, you got some family orientation in you for sure, right? Mm-hmm. So let's talk more about that. How do you get you into it?
So even when we were younger, when I did piano, he did piano. When I was in choir, he was in choir. So
like a copycat or what?
But I mean, what's the age difference between y'all? Let's
14 months. 14.
Okay,
14
so that's pretty close.
You
know, like
it's more like rivalry.
It was probably easier to have y'all go through the same things at the same time.
Yeah,
all your parents. Yeah.
Basketball, same thing. Football, same thing.
Definitely.
Wait. Who is the best basketball?
Who's dunking on who? That's a real question.
Okay.
He said he had the creative talent. The other one had the sports.
You didn't even have no comment. All right, yeah.
No rebuttal.
Yeah, no rebuttal, no nothing. That's true.
Just took the L and rolled with it.
What was the question again?
Yeah, let's talk about how he got you more into music. You know.
Oh yeah. So I brought I guess the idea of doing music to him, and coincidentally, during that time, he was getting cool with some people in Austin that were doing music, producing, engineering, different things like that. So when he told me that, I was like, "Get me in the studio, get me in the studio, get me in the studio." He wouldn't link me up until I wrote a certain amount of songs.
Really?
Which those songs never came to fruition. But it was just about being able to write songs instead of putting me in there with people that do this for a living, and then messing that up.
So he came out to jump with that? Was he work for the mob or something? What was he doing?
You come prepared.
Yeah, he just...
Yeah, it was really get your craft ready, and then let's listen to some stuff, and then listen. And then even when that first session hit, I was unprepared. It was a 2-hour session where we did one song, and it was really bad. So I guess as time went on, Ryan, he's usually always in the studio with me. As time went on, it got better and better. And songs that used to take me 4 hours to do now take me like 30 to 45 minutes to do. But it also comes with help from his direction.
All right. You got soul music on here.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson.
Of course. Michael Jackson, James Brown, Al Green.
May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace.
Otis Redding's also great.
Otis.
Yeah, so you just grew up on that type of stuff.
Yep. Yeah, that and funk music.
Funk music. Give me your favorite funk.
I was never fond of funk music.
Oh,
What?
But
Whoa. Wait. Why not? What kept you away from funk music?
Because on those long drives on trips, we played one CD. Well, we played two CDs. We either played an Earth, Wind & Fire CD and then a Michael McDonald CD.
So it was just an oversaturation of funk. It wasn't necessarily the sound of it.
Wait,
No.
do you like more, country or funk?
Funk for sure. I've grown into liking it more.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you might have to get out the station.
There are country songs,
Right? Bro, you don't like funk.
And there's one thing we didn't talk about though is his choir.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it is. Bravado. What? I don't know what a bravado is.
DJ, I don't know,
I don't know what a bravado is.
You getting exposed out here on the Prophet series?
Hey,
we might need to.
Hey, everybody gets exposed out here, so you hear it. No, but tell us about that. Was that like your tone and stuff?
Yeah. The definition, like the literal definition of bravado, is it's considered like false pride.
Okay.
But the musical form of bravado is the way that you inflect your voice, the way you kind of flicker your voice. Michael Jackson had crazy bravado. If you listen to his voice, like
got it.
When you hear that, that's considered bravado. So like in choir, if you can sing like an opera type song, you're gonna need that bravado. Like you can't sing just straight through. You have to be able to inflect it and fill the room with your voice. So that's what bravado helps with. There's three voices. There's Cheryl Rivers, there's me, and then there's Ronnie.
Whoa!
So we got some
depths.
depths.
The inside.
Yeah.
See it right here. He was in secret. In secret, is that what it was?
Yeah, he didn't want to be on it, but it worked out. He's on other songs too.
All right, cool. So, what you're saying is we should be expecting some heat soon from him.
No.
No. He don't get behind the mic.
Not to my knowledge.
At least not heat. Right? It might be
I mean,
cold winter.
If he was to drop his own music, I think it would be. But I don't know if he wants to do that himself.
All right.
Well, I mean, as long as you're producing something, at least he's helping out. That's a plus right there.
I guess people don't know exactly what an A&R is.
Oh yeah.
But he's the ear in the room. That's not fully an A&R, but he's definitely the ear in the room 90% of the sessions.
Yes.
If it's not 90, then I'm usually in there with the engineer by myself.
And you're right, man. I think that's really important. A lot of times people will just focus on the artist at hand, not necessarily all the background stuff that's going on or everyone that's in the stew every time the artist is in there. So at least you got someone you can always go to. That's a plus.
Hey, tell us about some future projects. You didn't let us know about that. Is that on the hush hush or what?
No project set right now. I'm shooting a video next Friday with my girlfriend and this kid Justin Case from Copper's Cove. He's absolutely fire.
All right.
Shooting a video next week for the song that I made about 3 weeks ago.
All right.
What's the title? Can we know?
The title of the song is called Heaven Sent. I'll sing that song later.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Already here. About to get the exclusive. He claimed it, so you know it's gonna happen. Once again, you can catch him IG Joseph Anon, 3 eyes right behind. I. And Twitter at
Class King Cole.
Class King Cole. All right, that was 12 a.m. And for up next.